Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. I know that I cover a lot of heavy stuff on this show, and I thought that today I would do something a little bit different for you all and share a more light-hearted story with a little bit of a philosophical connotation to it, in case you guys like that sort of stuff. And this is the story box, right? Like, I'm sharing stories every single day. And as much as the heavy stuff is there, it's always going to be there. There are some more lighthearted stories out there. And I guess for me personally, I love the lighthearted stories. I guess I tell the heavy hitting stories because they're the ones that are real. They're happening in our world today. But so are these better, I guess, more lighthearted stories with a philosophical connotation to them. And me, I try to be a deep thinker, I try to be a philosophical thinker, and I love meaning, especially when it comes to stories, those stories that you hear someone tell that just makes you go, wow, I love that story because of the meaning behind that story. Life is full of amazing stories. And this one in particular is not a very long one, but it has a almighty punch to it. And it's one of those ones that you take with you for the rest of your life. Honestly, my grandfather used to tell me like these small little stories, and I'll share with you some of those stories at a later date. But I do write some of them in my book, just in case you guys were wondering. And if you are new to this show, I just want to say welcome to the Storybox. I'm glad that you're here, and thank you so much for supporting me. And if you want to get to know more about me, I wrote a book, The Path of an Eagle. It's available in the show description below, so you can go and get a copy if you want, a hardcover copy or the audio version. Anywhere in the world that you are, you can find a copy of the book. Same with the, I think I'm narrating the audio book, as well as you got the Kindle version that's there too. So anyway, getting back to the actual story that I want to share with you today, it's so powerful to me that I even got it tattooed to some degree on my arm. And if you know the story that I'm talking about already, it's the one you feed. I don't know if I can show you, maybe not as well as I would like to, but nevertheless, I only get tattoos if they've got significance behind them. This was my first one, Isaiah 40:31. That's my life verse. That the dove signifies restoration. And then I've got believe on there. And then I've got be persistent, which was meant to fall in line with to remain consistent of the things you want, which is a saying of mine. And then I've got the one you feed as well. And then I've obviously got the do hard things, the eagle with the snake. And the snake is meant to represent, don't be someone that is sly. Don't be someone that is cheeky or sneaky or someone that is deceptive at all. And that's why it's in the talons of the eagle, because the eagle sees that, grabs onto it, rises above. And like, you got to be like the eagle in life, and you take all the bad and then you remove it from your life by soaring higher. And I guess this story, the one that you feed, it's an old story, so maybe you've heard it before, maybe you haven't, but it's a truly powerful one. But it goes like this: an old Cherokee told his grandson, "My son, there is a battle between two wolves inside of us all. One is evil. It is anger, jealousy, greed, resentment, inferiority, lies, and ego. The other is good. It is joy, peace, love, hope, humility, kindness, empathy, and truth." The boy thought about it and asked, "Grandfather, which wolf wins?" The old man quietly replied, "The one you feed." In life, we have the option of choosing between which wolf we want to feed, let's say the good wolf or the bad one, signifying good versus evil, right? Kind of like the yin and yang analogy as well. In a biblical term, you would look at it this from obviously God talking about good conquering evil, or evil trying to win over good. But we know that God has already won. We know that God has already defeated evil. The devil is already fighting a losing battle. When Christ died on the cross, that death has died, love has won. Good always will conquer evil. And while there are so many horrific stories out there in the world, so many horrible things are taking place at the moment, it looks like evil is taking over. But I guess I just wanted to encourage you all. We all have a choice in this life. We've all got the two wolves per se within us all. And as hard as it actually is to, believe it or not, to be good, it is always the better option. Believe you me, it is so much easier to do bad. Lying is easy. It actually, I don't know if you've noticed, but it comes quite naturally to each and every one of us. It's harder to tell the truth because you're worried about how someone is going to think of you if you are going to tell the truth. But if you keep feeding yourself with lies, what do you think is going to happen? It's obviously life is going to get a lot worse for you. You're going to be known as a liar. You're not going to be known as someone that is trustworthy. One of my highest values in my life is integrity. And sometimes I fail, but beating myself up over the times that I'm not in line with integrity. And sometimes, yes, I am human. I do lie. I don't always tell the truth, as hard as that is for me to admit. But that is because I am choosing to feed the wrong wolf. Because at times it is easy for the evil to come up. And I'm human. God knows that we're all sinners, saved by grace. You know, that's why he sent his son. And so he knows that it is hard for each and every one of us to choose the good. And that's why we need him. That's why we need to consciously every single day choose the good wolf. Choose the light wolf, so to speak. Choose things that are good, things that are joyful, things that bring peace. We need to choose humility. Instead of choosing anger, jealousy, resentment, greed, inferiority, we choosing lies and allowing ego to take control. It's not going to do us any good, is it? It's going to destroy our life. I don't know if you've noticed any people out in society at the moment, you can always tell what wolf they are choosing to feed by their countenance. I call them the woke dingbats, right? The lies of the devil will seep in and cause them to change their entire outward appearance because it starts inwards. Whichever wolf you decide to feed, good or bad, will dictate your outward appearance, oftentimes. It will dictate your behavior. It will dictate how you treat other people, how you are known as. So in essence, this story is more about your character than anything else. It may be in the analogy of two wolves to make it a metaphor of such, but really it's about one's character and a choice, because God has given us free will, has he not? To choose every single day when we wake up, okay, what wolf am I going to feed? Which one is the most hungry at the moment? And obviously the evil or the bad is going to be more hungry. But the more you give into it, the more you decide to feed it, obviously, the more your life is going to suffer in not a good way. It's hard work choosing the good wolf, ladies and gentlemen. It's hard work. Believe you me. Every single day, consciously being aware of the things that I'm doing. But if you create a habit, if every single morning you get up and you tell yourself, today I'm going to choose love. Today I'm going to choose what's good. Today I'm going to choose to remove my ego, then it becomes easier. Then it becomes lighter. Your life will become better as a result. When you choose God, when you choose to focus on him and what he has in store for your life, you don't care about what anyone else thinks around you. You only care about what God thinks, because when you care about what God thinks, I guarantee you, your life is going to be a lot better. Because when you worry about what everyone else thinks and you worry less about what God thinks, your life is terrible. because then you start focusing on jealousy. You start focusing on resentment, on greed, and how you can be better than somebody else. That's not what life is about, my friends. Life is about not getting better than somebody else. It's about being better for yourself. It's about being better because God wants you to be better. It's about improving yourself. At times I have struggled, and I will be blatantly honest with you all, I have struggled with imposter syndrome. I've struggled with trying to achieve certain things. And at that moment, I am feeding the evil wolf because I want the praise. I want my ego to be above. I want people to see my achievements and praise me for achieving things. It's funny when people ask me what I do for a living and I say that I've got several businesses, which is the truth. It sounds like I'm doing a lot, which I do a lot, right? And I end up forgetting that I've written a book. I end up forgetting loads of things that I've done because there's so many things that I've done. And in the back of my mind, I'm going, yes, I've done this. This is fantastic, but I don't want my ego to take over because it is so easy for it to happen. It's so easy. Am I proud of all my achievements? 100%. But as the Bible says, let another man praise thee and not thine own lips. Because when you praise yourself, when you give yourself your own glory, which wolf are you feeding? You're feeding the evil wolf. You're feeding ego. And we know what happens with ego, don't we? So, my friends, to close for you all, I just wanted to leave you with this little bit of wisdom, because each and every one of us, as we get up every single day, we have a choice. Choose good or choose evil. Which one will you decide to feed? Be blessed, everyone. I'll see you all in the next video.